All right, we're out here in the shop today. Going to be working on the boat. Maybe take it out later today if we get the work done soon enough. I'm going to be working on making it a little more comfortable. So I got some cup holders, which I think I'm going to put kind of right there and right there. And then I also got some rod holders. These are normally go in like the gunnel on your boat, but obviously they won't work on here, so they're going to go right in here in the corners, so I can have one on both sides. I got two in the bag here, and then also I got some oil, because I bought a kit to change oil whenever I started on this project, but it only came with 2 quarts. I needed 4. They didn't have 540 up at the dealership. They had 1040, so I figure if I mix 2 and 2, that's like 7.5 40, which sounds even better. So I'm gonna get my oil extractor, suck the oil out of that, and try to get the oil changed and get this stuff put on, and then maybe go out on the lake tonight. Okay, I've got my pump here. There were no instructions, so I'm just gonna wing it. It's got this little end here, and I'm guessing it either goes down the dipstick tube or down the oil fill. I'm going to try the dipstick tube first, because if it's like a boat motor, then it will go all the way to the bottom of the oil pan. So we'll pull that out and see if that will go down. Okay, that's up against something, so we'll see if we can get any oil out. Oh, I'm getting something. Oil's coming through, so we'll pump this a little bit and see how much oil we get out. Should be close to 4 quarts, so we'll let you know. All right, I've never done this before, but it is sucking out oil. It's just taking a long time, probably because it's cold. The oil's cold, so it's not flowing real good. But I've just been keeping pressure on this so it keeps sucking. While that's going, I guess I'll get started trying to mount these here. So I'm gonna go find a hole saw. I guess that's that big. It might have to be a little bit bigger so that can sit in there at an angle, or I'll try to drill it at an angle. But yeah, so next we'll get some hole saws. Try to drill some holes here and one that matches on the other side, so then we'll have 2 rod holders. Okay, got my hole saw here. I cleaned out underneath so I don't snag a life jacket or something. So we're just going to come in. I don't know, that looks pretty good there. And do that. And kill the battery. She's just not happy. And you can see there that I'm not very smart, because I'm drilling into my aluminum. But I guess we'll just go ahead and cut that out of there. Okay, I got this side drilled. It's not quite symmetrical with the other side because I didn't want to cut through the aluminum again. So this one actually sits in there real nice. So we'll get that screwed in, then the rod holders will be in. I'll have to go find a different hole saw so I can put the cup holders in. We should be pretty much golden. All right, we're back at the boat. It's been like an hour or so since the last clip, because the kit I bought came with this filter. I really needed this filter, so had to go to the dealership, get a filter and an O-ring. I'm gonna get that changed now. I guess that's all the oil we're gonna get out of it. So I'm gonna try to measure up how much that was, and so I don't pour too much in there, because I guess these have kind of a weird way to check the oil. Got to start it and let it run and then do something else. So I'm gonna Get the oil filter changed and then see if we can measure how much oil came out so we can put that much back in it. Okay, I got the filter put back in its little hole there. That is a reverse Torx, which I don't have, so I have an 8mm socket, 6-point, that goes right on there. Don't know, that's definitely not the right way to do it, but it works. And since these don't really have to be super tight, that'll work to get the oil filter changed. One step closer. All right, I poured that oil out into a gallon jug, and it was just over 3 quarts of what went in there, so that's how much I put in there. The dipstick's showing the exact same spot it was before, so I assume it's probably pretty close. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, get me a new hole saw, and try to get these cup holders set in up here in the front, and then we'll pretty much be done. Had to go to the store again, so I ran up to the hardware store, got a 3.5-inch hole saw because all I had was a 3 and a 4, which would have been way too small or way too big because these don't have a very big lip that they sit on. So this should work pretty good. Now I'm going to mark my spots over here and get these set in there. Got the 2 cup holders in. They seem to work. It's not a cup, it's a bottle, but it should do the same thing. That's going to be about it before we are ready to go back to the water, other than putting all the life jackets and stuff back up and figuring out where to put all the fishing stuff, because there's really not a lot of room unless I just lay it next to the motor back here, which is probably where it'll end up going. Once we're out on the water, the 2 poles that I'll be using will probably be this one here and the big one over there, and they'll probably just sit in the rod holders most of the time when we're out on the water anyways. So yeah. Okay, we're out here on the lake. It's actually the next morning. I didn't get stuff done quite soon enough last night to try it out. So just idling away from the boat ramp. Let it warm up just a little bit before we get on it. Luckily the wind's not blowing real hard today, so the water's pretty smooth. Okay, we've run about, I don't know, 5 miles or so. Still a little bit of water coming in on this side over here. Not quite sure where it's coming from. I'll have to do some more investigating, but don't really care about that right now. My modifications worked. Up here, see, this holds my cup and that holds my rod, which I've already snagged on the bottom as soon as I cast it out. So yeah, everything's working pretty good. All right, been out here for, I don't know, hour and a half. Still got about the same amount of water in the boat here. Any water that does come in, as soon as you start up and you take off, it gets pushed to the back where those vacuum bilge pumps are, so it sucks it all out. As far as the rest of the trip goes, not doing great. All I've caught so far today is some catfish bait for later, some little bluegills that I'll probably cut up. But yeah, the boat's working real well though. Just not finding any fish to catch. Got the big pole out, cut up one of those bluegill and put on it. So let this sit for 30 minutes or so, and if that don't work, probably put this thing back on the trailer, because we're actually right back by the boat ramp. It's right behind that big tree over there. And then we'll get out and see how the paint looks on the bottom, see if it's stuck or if we peeled the fiberglass off again or what happened. But we'll see you when we get out of the water. All right, we're out of the water. Got about that much, so not too bad. Luckily now I've got drain plugs, so I can actually let the water out. And these have a catch on the back so they don't fall out. Underneath, it looks like we still have fiberglass. This here is rubbed off because I parked it at the beach there, but looks pretty good. So I guess that was a success, at least for now, and that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.